For a new driver, there are many dangers on the road. And for a driver with years of experience, it's a lot easier to handle those tough situations. It's like riding a bike, playing a video game, or getting your makeup just right. All these take practice, but when you're behind the wheel of a car, you might not always have the chance to get back on that bike, restart that game, or wipe your makeup off. So before you get behind the wheel of a car that you just got, or your parents' car, there's some things that you should know. Before I begin, I want you to imagine driving down the road. You get a call on your cell phone. You look down, it's your best friend. So you take the call. By the time you look back up, there's a car stopped in front of you. You slam on the brakes, but it's too late. You slam into the car instead. Now think about how upset you'd be about your new car getting smashed, or how upset your parents would be. Now think about, instead of slamming into a car, what if it was a kid? How would that affect the rest of your life? Every day, people die simply because drivers aren't paying attention. I'm going to spell out why you shouldn't use a cell phone while you're driving, and why it would be a good idea to outlaw it everywhere in the U.S. While driving, you should always have your eyes on the road, because the less distractions you have, the less chance you have to get into an accident. There are many things you need to be looking for while you're driving. It doesn't matter if you're in a rural area or a high traffic area. A cell phone can take your eyes off the road long enough to miss these things. I know that this class has taught you all the different signs that you need to be looking for while you're driving. These signs are there to help you out. And if you miss one, let's say a danger sign, bridge out ahead, you may wind up in a very deep ditch. And you might be able to use that cell phone to call for help if you can move. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2009, cell phone use was the major distraction in nearly 1,000 deaths and 24,000 injuries. You need to be paying attention, because it only takes a second to drift out of your lane and into oncoming traffic. You don't want to be in a head-on collision, because if you're going 30 miles an hour, that means the other car is going 30 miles an hour. And both cars would look like they just came out of a compactor. Is that call about your friend's new iPad 4 really that important? Anyone can get hurt, killed in an accident. And anyone can have an accident if they aren't concentrating on the road. Don't think it can't happen to you. According to a U.S. government website for distracted driving, Monash University reported that drivers using a cell phone are 4 times more likely to crash, and the Virginia Tech Transportation Institute reported that drivers texting while driving are 23 times more likely to crash. When behind the wheel, you'll notice many times when you will have to use defensive driving. Someone may try to enter your lane or pull out in front of you. Make sure you're concentrating on driving, because you never know when that unexpected curve or stop sign may appear. Now that you know it can happen to anyone, wouldn't it be a good idea to try to stop it? One way we could decrease the amount of drivers using cell phones is to make it law. According to Ashley Halsey, a reporter for Washington Post, the National Transportation Safety Board recommended that all states and the District of Columbia ban cell phone use behind the wheel. Recent accidents caused the board to come to this conclusion. The main reason you shouldn't drive while using a cell phone is because it slows your senses and reaction time. The same is true for drinking and driving. In fact, according to a CNET News report by Erica Aug, University of Utah psychologist found that driving while talking on a cell phone is as bad, or maybe worse, than driving drunk. If you drink and drive, you go to jail because you could kill someone. If you use a cell phone while you drive, you could also kill someone. Shouldn't there be some kind of penalty for that? Maybe drivers would think twice if they thought they were going to get a ticket. Some states have already enacted a law against it. According to the Governor's Highway Association, 9 states have already passed the law. The rest should follow suit. Now that you know just how serious it can be, you're probably asking, what can I do about it? There's several ways you can play your part. The easiest way is by turning your cell phone off before you start driving. If you're expecting a call, wait a few minutes. But if you can't wait, you can always let a passenger answer the phone or simply pull over. There are a lot better alternatives than winding up in a ditch or a guardrail. You can also get the word out to your friends and family. Let them know how much they mean to you and how dangerous it is to drive while using a cell phone. You can use some of the things you've learned today to keep them safe. Whenever you're driving and want to use your cell phone, I want you to think about how dangerous it can be. You can get hurt, killed, or get someone else hurt or killed. I'm urging you not to use a cell phone while you drive, and to consider a ban on cell phone use while driving. Your life, or someone you love's life, could depend on it.